Alright folks, welcome to another league with Green-White Reclaimer. Testing Veil of Summer. So far I played one league with it. Not particularly impressed by the card. I cut like a boil and a purge for it, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it yet. I think it felt a little bit worse than boil, honestly. Like this hand. Like this hand. What are we up against? The one of Gracer, PogChamp, Radiant Fountain off the top. Never lucky. Boom. Fetch. Basic Forest. Gracer. Land. Go. Maybe they go turn to Searing Blaze and they attack and give me a land. That would be awesome. Or they used a Bolt, even better. Yeah, Bolt my Gracer opponent. Well, that's actually pretty good. Land. Give me 2 lands. Land into land off the top. Feels bad, man. $31 lands that we're looking to draw. If we find them, I like our spot. Roiling Vortex. That's a card. Land. Come on. I think I'm supposed to shuffle here because I can't afford to miss another one of these. Let's get a white source. We just need to find lands. Oh, come on. Brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, ghost scoring myself just puts me further behind on lines, so I think I'm just gonna lose to this Roiling Vortex thing. Just to this silly ping every turn. I guess it might just be actual dead. Is it free spells might have hurt opponent? It's possible, honestly. Wow. Honestly, it's kind of insane how we have missed so many land drops. We even got the shuffle from the Steve. You cut Gargaroth? Yeah. A while ago. Not like he would do much right now, right? If I GQ myself, replay GQ. Well, I guess that we don't beat Lightning Bolt anyway, right? So we just have to do this. Because the Rolling Vortex is gonna kill me anyway. My only out is opponent has blank in hand, which they don't. They have Skullcrack. Yeah, okay. So my only out was that my opponent has blank in hand, and then we just call for Titan and kill them on one shot because of Dryad. But like, if at any point of that, we just find literally any land that we naturally hit our land drops towards, I think that we win that game super easily. But it was not in the cards. It was not in the cards. You mean opponent's name? Igusol. And I strongly advise that we don't assume our opponent's gender. Something that I've said already today. Sure, let's keep this. My opponent says that they're not sure which deck I'm playing. Can we find lands? Yes. Let's go. We can find lands, chat. We can find lands. Eidolon. Okay, so I guess I'm going to be pathing that. We're going to get allowed to 14. That was a good one. That was another pretty good one. Next turn we get to Dryad plus Archon plus Trigger Valakut. Decent turn. Decent turn. And if they tap out, I also get to bounce Fountain. Rolling Vortex. Sure. I will block you, opponent. I will block you. Yes, block. Maybe they think they can race me. Their creatures just don't matter anymore. Perfect draws this time. Well, I mean, we've been destroying lands, right? These are... I think all of these cards were in my opener, right? But we just drew lands, and we don't really need that much in order to win. It's just that we need to draw lands. Without our lands, we can't really win. So that's what happened in the previous game. This time around, we weren't that unlucky. Let's actually trade these two right here. Overall, I think I'm happy with the burn matchup. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the burn matchup. Sure. I'm gonna keep this. Turn 1 Gobo, of course. Elf. Tween, tween, tween. Hell yeah, I know. Isn't tween awesome? Always feels so good when you draw tween. Try it. Splinter Twin, let's go. The double creature on turn 1 is pretty good for them for sure. Starting off with double dude can be tough to overcome. So we're gonna sack this, probably go get Valakut. This is just a Champerino. We could get Radiant Fountain, but I really think that my opponent has access to... I really think that they just have access to, what's his name here? Skullcrack. We might just need to force them though. Okay, sweet. We didn't get caught by it. Isn't it better to go for Steve? No, because it's the same thing. And this plays around. This allows me to get like whichever land I want him to play, as opposed to a basic. I think that we're gonna be dead regardless, unless we naturally find Radiant Fountain off the top. That's not Radiant Fountain. So I think that we're dead now. I think that we're dead. This is a warrior. Like without the cavern, I wouldn't have been able to play this on turn 1. So no, it's not. I said elf because it was the only way that I could cast this on turn 1. Prime time off the top. I think we're just getting slow rolled here. Maybe not. I think that they don't know that they're dead. Yep, they didn't know they were dead. I don't know. I don't think that this card does it. 2 mana is so much for that effect. I mean, it's technically 3 mana because it requires 1 from the activation, and it's... If you're expecting to play a really long game, maybe. But Modern is not really about long games. Maybe that's a sideboard card against, I don't know, like Udo decks or something. But it did not look very good, those games. It killed me game 1, but that, like, missing land drops killed me. It wasn't that card that killed me. Also, my opponent drew it 3 times, which is funny. All 3 games they cast that card. And I think all 3 times it would have been better as literally any other card that deals 3 damage for 2 mana. Maybe you can like slam it on turn 2. Seems okay against the Oops decks. But is it even? It's not even that good. Like, they only take 5. Because all the other stuff, it just gets into play. It's not like they spend 0 mana. The games were competitive because they drew a bunch of creatures. Yeah, exactly. You don't want it versus aggro and fast decks. Yeah, it seems like there's many things that can go wrong with that card. It seems like a sideboard card at best. This is super interesting. I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Grazer against the Lurrus deck. They might play Swift Spear. Seems trash, and assigning myself white trash, I know trash when I see it. Okay. Interesting philosophy there. What I would appreciate is for my opponents to play a little bit faster. Like, it's been a full minute and my opponent has done literally nothing. And if we continue at this pace, I think I might not be able to finish this league. And I would really love to finish this league, so... Ha! Got him. Yes, I will block. Reclaimer, land tapped, go. Actually, maybe we should have shocked and played Spring Bloom there. Nah, this is fine. Forces my opponent to use removal spell on Reclaimer here. Good thing I'm playing Brainless Burn. You can triple Q and waste 3 other people's times all at once. That's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the dream here. How do you feel about dreams, chat? How do you feel about leaving dreams? Do you feel good about leaving dreams? I myself do enjoy some dream living, so just wanted to share that experience with all of you. Oh man. Delightful. Yes, I will continue to block. Bolt what? A reclaimer? Bolt themselves. Okay, so they are on the shadow plan. They are on the shadow plan. We're going to use this turn to double activate Reclaimer, make them 3/4s. And then next turn, we're going to probably call for a Dryad. Uh-oh, enter Legacy Prelim with this deck, Dark Death with no Thespian Stage. Are you gonna be playing the fair the fair depths plan? The classic fair depths plan. That is really funny. That is really, really funny. Soulscar Mage is good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stay over there, opponent. Stay over there. Call. Let's think. Call 3 to. I think we're just gonna get another Flagstones. Does that do it? That does do it, right? So call for Dryad, yeah. Great game. Alright, so this is how we sideboarded last time. And we cut one of these. We cut this one. Cut ramming up. So we win my deck from yesterday just with an extra Dark Depths, I guess. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. Who needs the turn 2 2020? You can just have it for, you know, like for 30 mana by like turn 15 or something like that, maybe. That deck was pretty sweet though. I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of wish this were Celestial Purge, honestly. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to fetch shock on 1. Unless they don't take the reclaimer. Took a perch. I honestly think that we're supposed to just pass. They knew about this and they didn't take it. So by just passing here, it means that they just cannot cast their Scourge. So I would see these are gonna move away from Bile. If we're ever allowed to play Purple again, that's 120 bucks I don't have to spend. I got a pretty good deal on my Biles, so don't complain. I can't really complain too much. So they're probably going to, what, like dismember me here or something? Push. That's actually better for us. I mean, they're gonna have to draw their 2 remaining Thoughtseizes, because like at this rate, turn 6 prime time is gonna get there and it's gonna be good enough. This means that I'm playing into Cleansing Wildfire, but it also means that we get rid of this. And we just play it out earlier. Just gonna gain more life here. They can never play a Scourge in a million years. Flagstones cost 10 bucks in paper now. I told you, folks. I told you you should be getting your Flagstones on the cheap. I paid 2 bucks each. Alright, Thoughtseize number 4 opponent, you got it? Definitely not attacking because I don't want their shadows to be big. Alright. Julio. I would block 100%. Yep. Alright, let's breeze through this league. So I have about an hour before I have to take off. Solo my pair to use, you're gonna find a virtual magic. Yep, it's definitely an approach. Sure. So keep, bottom this, and I guess we're gonna bottom this. Tunneling Cat, Eldrazi Tron Master. Not a surprise to see her troning away. If I had drawn Flagstones there, we could have been in okay shape, but at this point, like if she has a Karn, I don't think that we can come back from that. Thought not, we might be able to come back from. But like we can't play around anything, right? If she has Dismember or whatever. That is what it is. We can eat the Reclaimer if she attacks as is. Not too excited about doing that though. That's a big ballista. Yep. I guess we don't even trade with the ballista, right? So because in response to the Flagstone's trigger, she activates ballista again. So don't think Ghost Quarter is gonna get me anywhere, so I'm just gonna get a Radiant Fountain. Try to stabilize this way. I mean, if we find the Dryad, we might be in this game. It's not a Dryad though. So that probably means that she has another... Yeah, that definitely means that she has another ballista or something like that. Okay, still drawing towards a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. We get 2 looks. Oh, no, we don't get 2 looks. It's ballista for 5. Dead! Multi 5 didn't get there. Feels bad, man. Okay, so Tech Edge, Oof, Teague, Generous Gift, Tracker. Arcan can go, Gracer can go, Bulk can go. Steve can maybe go? Well, let's just got 2 paths. Going to turn this with a group of local players so that's a good time. Yeah, for sure. And I have not really. Usually I work during the weekends when while not in a pandemic. Usually I work during the weekends, so I would very rarely get to go to. Okay, I very rarely would get to go to tournaments, but I was starting to do it a lot more often. And right as I was starting to get into it, then the whole pandemic happened, and it was real sad. Why cutting paths? Because their creature plan is not very good. I don't really respect their creature plan. The way that I lose this matchup is to their cards and stuff. Alebrando 1991, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna go with Tracker here. Thought mode doesn't matter too much, I don't think so. I don't think, I mean, so let's do this. Let's play this. Let's pass the turn. So here comes Tron. Second thought, not it's kind of annoying. Dryad into land would be great. That's not so great. Probably have to blow it up right now. Otherwise it'll be too much mana. Oh, come on! Come on! All this dust. Okay. Yeah, these are the cards that I lose to, not the creatures. The creatures are there, and now they're beating me. Oh yeah, right on time. Fuck you, Teague. But this means they can't cast Karn. Shit. That's such a bad exchange for us. Now if they have Karn, we kind of lose. Yep. All right. E-Tron is powerful, but a little boring. Yeah, well, I mean, their hand was perfect, right? Their hand was absolutely perfect, and it lined up in the best possible way against ours, so... There were multiple... Like, if they had not had the two Thought-Knot Seers, we would have won that game, because we would have been able to let them use one of our calls to get a Dryad. If we had naturally drawn a Dryad, we would have also won that game. If they didn't have the sweeper, the all this dust, we would have also won. So like everything needed to line up well for them, and it did. And everything needed to not work out for us at the same time. I think I'm gonna keep this. But yeah, I stand by my place, and I think that it's kind of what it was, you know. Spider-Man meme. Now the question is, does my opponent have Splinter Twin or not? Because I don't. So if they have Flagstones, I think that we can probably pack it in. That's really funny. Alright. We're gonna get to activate and they won't. Definitely puts us ahead. I'm not playing our main deck Mind Sensor. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill that Dryad. So because we have to kill the Dryad, I'm gonna have to get Celestial Sanctuary to guarantee that we have the mana fixing, which puts me behind, which really sucks. But we have to kill this, otherwise we're gonna lose, so. They path their own Dryad? That is really bad news for us. That is really bad news, because it probably means that the last card is a Titan. Tracker. It's pretty good too. It's a Bog. Okay, Bog is not that big of a deal. And here they should definitely activate Reclaimer instead of drawing a card. Path. Path to Exile. We're gonna go the Spring Bloom drought route. So we're gonna get. We're probably gonna path this tracker. But I'm attacking here to force them to use a turn drawing a card instead of activating Reclaimer, which is the thing that I actually care about. So now they're behind on an activation. And now we can path here. I'm gonna get a zombie, but it doesn't really matter too much. And with this mana, we're just gonna sack, get Flagstones. Say go. Drawing a card would be great. Okay. I'm gonna get a bunch of zombies here, but the only thing that matters is whether they have a Dryad plus Titan or not. And we actually have a pretty solid path towards that, and it doesn't seem like they do. Gonna take 2 here, which is fine. That's interesting. +1, 6 mana. Yeah, just chill here. We have a bunch of zombies, but without Valakut, I think we're going to be able to raise them. Okay, now we are dead. We were fine until now. We were fine until right now. And they can still punt. They can go for a Titan here instead of going for Dryad, which is what would matter. So I'm just hoping that they go for that. We get a little pass. No, they went for the correct line. Man, that sucks. Yeah, we were fine until right now. Nice, Jack. Wait. Reclaimer? The little guy survives. It's kind of a wasted. Still probably doesn't matter. Okay, so what can I top deck that will allow me to win? If I top deck exactly Dryad... No, a land. No, that doesn't do anything. I think that we're just dead. I don't think there's anything that we can top deck that actually gets us out of this. I think we were fine. We're going to be able to like turn the corner once. But when they top deck the Dryad and they got the Valakut and they started killing my things, that's when things went to shit. Mind Sensor is awesome. Generous Gift. And that's it. Path is good. Gracer is actually medium. How do you feel about Archon? I feel like I don't like it. My opponent says that they were watching my stream and they stole my 75. They have no idea what they're doing. Last time I played this matchup, you brought in Boyle. I think that I like Boyle a little bit more on the draw. I feel like on the play I'd rather be more proactive. On the draw, when you are just naturally going to be behind, I think that Boyle is a little bit more reasonable. Had you cut the intro song is because it would desync everything? How come? Can't you just... So what you would do is you would have the whole podcast in sync, then you would export that, and then you would create a new file where you put the song at the beginning, and then you fade into the exported file, Jack. Just so you know for future reference. And that way it cannot get desynced because it's a completely different file, right? So you can't you can't desync it, right? How is the Archon in the main? Have you been playing Modern lately? Because I promise you that there are some combo decks in there that you're not gonna like if you haven't been playing the format. And those Archons in the against those decks, the Archon does a lot of work. Also, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have exiled the ball because now I don't have. It's like one less answer that I have to ram it up. Oh, my opponent has Splinter Twin. That's so unfair. That's so freaking unfair. I'm out here playing like fair Magic, and my opponent's over there comboing out, just going off. I think I'm gonna have to try it here. No, we don't have to Skyclave. We just wait for them to do whatever it is that they do. And I think I'm going to Path here. If they get a second Flagstones, I'm gonna Path. And if they don't get a second Flagstones, This feels so bad, but it's just necessary. Otherwise, this Reclaimer is gonna beat me by itself. But now next turn, my opponent needs to answer both of my cards. I guess they only need to answer this. Yeah, this is... I don't think this is a good card in the matchup, honestly. This is just not what the matchup is about. This is what the matchup is about. Now, even if they have Titan here, it just doesn't matter. Yeah, I know that they could have Titan us that turn, but like if they Titan us without Dryad, we're still fine. Like here, for example, that we just have lethal. Like they can do whatever, as many zombies as they want. Like the only way that we lose to is, well, there's that one too. Now we don't lose to it. Oh no, yeah, we still lose to exactly Force of Vigor. And my opponent said that they copied my 75, so I am assuming that they don't have Force. They know about Sentry. On the draw, Dryad Boil sounds slightly more exciting. The problem is like Dryad is just such a... It's a kill on sight kind of card. So it's like... I don't know, I guess I'm going for it. I guess we can just try it out and see what happens. Bring back the ball, cut the cavern instead. Dryad is just too important, we can't cut it. Let's cut a generous gift. Maybe we should be cutting a path, actually. Keep. Turn one Reclaimer every game. Alright, do they have Splinter Twin again? Damn it! Flaxos! Shit. Never not have it, yeah, I know. My opponent is the better Reclaimer player. Because they always have it. I punted, chat. I didn't have it there. How could I not have it? How could I not have it? So that means that they have another Flagstones yet? Gross. Oh, they could have Dryad. And they just wanted to just cast Dryad and just make 2 more land drops. Apparition, well that's fucked. So fucked up. Okay, so we're just gonna have to go get we're just gonna have to get just a Valakut here. Should play that. Yeah, it combos really well, right? My opponent is onto something over there. Well, that's one. That is a card. That is a card, okay. Okay, we got a game here, Chad. We got a game. We got a game. Should check out my opponent's deck list. God damn it. Opponent's too good. Alright. Alright. It does feel like my opponent mismanaged their resources somehow. It does feel like somewhere along the lines they mismanaged their resources. So what can we do here? We can play... We can play land. Trigger, kill this. We can go get another Balakut. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I think that we're gonna start by attacking, because I think we might actually just have lethal. So 1, 2, 3, we play a second Dryad. 1 land drop, 1 land drop, that's 3 triggers, that's 1 ping, that's 15. Then we play Springbloom Druid. No, we are 1 mana short, right? This is 6, yeah, we're exactly 1 mana short of killing them. What if we have another Valakut? Or we still only get 1 trigger? Just don't play Dryad. We don't play Dryad, we play Druid. We play land, we get a second Valakut. That's 1 trigger down to 15. We sag, we get a second. Oh yeah, this is actually just lethal. Oh, sick. All right, awesome. So, Balakut, you. 1, 2. We sack here. Get second Valakut. Save targets. Always yes. And we can even go squatter ourselves. Boom. Boom. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. Found the line, chat. Found the line. Found the line. Yeah, honestly, it kind of feels like my opponent might have mismanaged their resources on the other side. Because like they did have Splinter Twin and they were on the play. Yeah, Plap, GG's. I don't know what the rest of your hand looked like, but it does feel like you might have made a mistake somewhere along the somewhere in the whole sequence, because for sure that you know what I'm doing. Okay. Good to know. But yeah, we were trying to imagine what your hand would look like, but like you had a turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Flagstones, and we didn't. But somewhere we somehow got ahead, and I'm still trying to figure out how that happened. I think I'm gonna tracker here. The reason to tracker is because we get the Valakut untapped, the Valakut tapped, sorry, and so if my opponent goes if they go Liliana minus kill your tracker, which I think is what's gonna happen here, yep. Now we can play Dryad, and we have 2 looks at a land to kill Lily. So let's draw first. It's my bad, chat. I forgot that I'm just the unluckiest. Oh man, how could I have forgotten that? How could I have forgotten that I am the unluckiest? Just straight up, the unluckiest. It's gonna pitch path here. What? Spring Blue again? Yep. Springbloom continues to impress. So we kill the Shadow, we kill the Lily. We pass. The Druid allows me to kill both things, and it just remains here so I can chomp the Goifle. So we just have to block here, but then we get to cast Titan and stabilize. Get double field. Wee Sombos. This is now Halloween stream, zombies, hell yeah. They have TBR? Really, they have TBR? How do they have TBR in the Liliana deck? Bloodbraid, K-Command, and they have turn... gross. I'm not gonna play around it because we can't beat it. Like, we actually cannot. You don't have TBR, opponent. What? Jeez. There's no way you're playing TBR. You just don't have a room. I think I'm actually supposed to keep this thing against this kind of deck. TBR in this list must mean they take a lot of damage from their mana base. No, I just don't think they can really play TBR though, right? Game focus, excursion. Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Andrea. But they have also K commands, so I kind of don't want to cut Excavator. They have Lily too, so I kind of want Untitled Chapter. Man, their list is super weird. Their list is super weird. This guy was the MVP that game. This guy was the MVP. Always very impressed by Springloom Druid. I don't know if I think it's one. I'm pretty close to believing that it's just 100% correct to play Springloom in your list. Probably play 1/2 Scourge into Shadow. That just seems so bad to me. Like, what's the point of doing that? You're just a worse Shadow deck, and you're a worse John deck because you're playing Shadows instead of like value creatures that can actually work with your game plan, like Scavenging Ooze and whatnot. But you're not playing TBR, so against, like, you basically can never beat Dredge or Tron because your fast clock is not reliable and you don't have TBR, and you also don't have like Ooze to beat Dredge and stuff like that. So like, you're just a worst version of both decks in a bunch of matchups. I submitted Surgo Bell Striker for 3 leagues. Holy shit. I really don't know what to cut. I honestly kind of don't like Veil of Summer. So Infinity Lands. I think this might actually be a keep. And I'm not gonna play this for now because we might want to cycle. They also have Traverse. No TBRs, 1 Bloodbraid. Oh man, this is rough. Yeah, I'm gonna play around Ashiok. But I'm just allowing them to Scourge now, which kind of sucks. Also, they are choosing to not play Lurrus, which seems like a huge deal. Caustic Caterpillar. Chat, my opponent just went turn 2 Caustic Caterpillar. What should I do, chat? Goifo. I think I'm gonna go for Reclaimer. Reclaimer lets me bog. Cleansing Wildfire. Well, thank you for growing my Reclaimer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's get a Forest. Now we just go find Castle, right? We're not worried about this Goyf because we also have Knight of Autumn. Like casting Caterpillar and Ghost Strategy multiple times. Brutal. So the only ways to guarantee Titan next turn is to Spring Bloom now. I guess this is better. This puts more stuff in play, and it still makes the Reclaimer into a 3/4. Suck this. It's got a snow covered and snow covered. Now next turn we can Titan. Again, I'm not interested in attacking because I don't want to grow my opponent's shadows just yet. Opponent can Liliana minus. I'm gonna chump the Goif because I actually want them to Liliana minus, because that means that my Titan is good to go. Do they I think they do know about the Titan, right? Well, change of plans, I guess. Let's do that. And now we pass. Or should I Knight of Autumn? This is close. If I Knight of Autumn, I can make it to... Yeah, I think I Knight of Autumn, actually. Yeah. We still have Veil to protect ourselves from, like, Lily and stuff. So we're just gonna Knight of Autumn. Game 4. Second Ashiok. Bloodbraid. Into push. Gross. Three, 4, man. So sick. So freaking sick. Give me that double field, baby. Hell yeah. You taste it? Chat, can you taste it? I think that's desperation. I think that is death knocking on my opponent's door. The imminent fall of the Death Shadow. Another 4-on-1. 80% win rate with this list, kind of regardless of what I do. I streamed 2 leagues on Monday, went 4-on-1 twice. Played 2 leagues today, went 4-on-1 twice. So clearly this deck is 80% win rate. This deck is very good, chat. This deck is very, very good. Very consistent. I'm super happy that this deck found its shape, you know? Any shapes, I mean, Veil of Summer was kind of sick there, but my opponent was playing a weird deck. Like, I'm not sure that Veil would have been significantly better than a Celestial Purge. I guess it was. I guess it was pretty sick, honestly. Is the deck 80% win rate, or am I 80% win rate? Let's say that it is a synergy, you know? Can't we trade for a 5-0 and a 3-2? Apparently we can't. I would take that trade every time. So our losses were to... What did we lose to today? in the first league. Oh, the Jeskai Wildfires deck, where Veil of Summer was actually pretty lackluster there. I think I would stay here. I think I like this a lot. There's also a possibility that we can just not play Gaia's Blessing. If you're feeling it. BB and the Shadow, did I just spot as I came on there? Yeah. Yeah, our opponent was playing like a weird version of like kind of John Shadow of sorts. It was kind of weird, honestly. Mill is so popular right now, though. So since Monday, I have not played against Mill a single time. 2 weeks ago, I was playing against Mill like 1 or maybe more times each league. And now I have not played against Mill a single time in like since like the last 2 weeks, I think. You played against it last night? Yeah, but there's a big difference between you playing against it last night and like playing it every single league, like it was happening right after it won the challenge. Mill is like, it's always gonna be like this now, right? So before you had Affinity where it was just like a powerful deck, but if people were not skimping on hate, they could beat you, I don't want to say easily, but they could beat you a little bit more easily. But it was good, right? So it could actually win if your opponent, like, it was just like a competitive deck. Now Mill is in the same spot where before it was just a bad deck, but now it's actually a good deck that gets hated out very easily. So I think that is the spot where Mill is going to be right now. And while people continue to be playing like a One of Gaia's Blessing, Kozilek, Nexus of Fate, etc., they are not going to lose to it. And Mill is going to be non-existent and it's not going to put up results. And then with the moment that people are like, okay, Mill is not a real deck anymore, somebody's going to pick up Mill and is going to like spike an event because the deck is very good when it's not getting hated out now. Just dropped a 5-0 with the Coward, split of 2 Gracers to Stacy after seeing in your Whisplash list. Nice. Congratulations, Nerd Knee Reaper. Not played Mill since the day after the challenge. Yeah, it's been a while. 2 weeks ago, it seemed like you played against it once every day. Yeah, that's my point, Larry Legend. So it definitely feels like it has died out. And again, with good reason. And that reason, of course, being that people have one Gaia's Blessing in their sideboard. And that just straight up turns the matchup on its head. So I think that the flex slots currently are this, these, and these. I have been a big fan of Tech Edge, but I guess that I could consider that a flex slot as well. I have been liking this card a lot, however, so it's not a flex slot for me personally, but I think overall it is a flex slot. I guess this one's also a flex slot. So I think that all of these cards are a must in your sideboard. Maybe T can be over here. All of these cards are a must in your sideboard and you should have them. And then these can be kind of whatever you want, as long as you have a plan and a reason for them. The most awkward thing that I felt about Veil is that it's just weird with your sideboarding, right? Like I was forced into cutting like Primeval Titans, like against that deck right now. I was cutting Call, right? Like I cut one Call just because I didn't know what to cut because I wanted everything else, or I cut a Path, I think, actually. So we just, even though it's a fine card, against the matchups where you want it, you kind of don't have anything that you would like to cut. Like you would like your main deck cards as well. So it is in a weird spot where you can't really leverage it properly because in order to make room for it, you are cutting some other stuff. So I think that, I don't know, I'm just not feeling the Veils. If anybody's having success with the Veils, it's just good for them, you know, like more power to you. But I don't know. Is Spring Loop good? This card has been consistently so impressive. Today we won like 3 matches just because we had access to this card. We won the mirror. We won against like the Jundo thing right there that we just played, the Jundo Shadow thing. And I think we won another match earlier in the day because of this card. Yeah, we won on a move to 5. We won on a move to 5 against Red Black Shadow because of this card. This card has been super impressive. I think that this is just like I don't think I will ever play a Green White Reclaimer without Spring Loop in my list. Like regardless of whether I'm playing Aether Vials, whether I'm playing like a more Titan heavy version, I think I'm never not going to play this card basically. Hide Stringbloom from the Omnath players. Oh, so they don't start playing it? Well, they don't play that many basics though, and this only gets basics. So if you're getting basics with other ways, then Stringloop becomes weird. Like, of course, when you run out of basics, like this card just sucks, right? The thing is that you get to call for it. Like, it's not uncommon to just call for Springbloom, and then you just like get double or triple ramp thanks to, I guess, single or double ramp thanks to Flagstones. You get Valaka triggers. Like it's kind of sick. I am a big fan of this card. I think this is going to be a staple in the archetype from now on. Alright, sweet. Hope you enjoy the video and the discussion afterwards. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you enjoy the content, let me know in the comments. Okay? Thank you. Have an amazing rest of the day. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow. See you mañana, folks. Bye-bye.